My name's Kaiden Lieto. I'm 21 years old. I'm from Kailua, Kona, Hawaii. And this next weekend, I'm getting ready to race the Ironman World Championship in my backyard here in Kona. We were at the pier this morning. It's not even this morning anymore. We slept in, and what time is it?
10:45.
10:45. Yeah. I had a feeling we started off late, easy day. We're gonna go to the pool, and the pool was closed by the time we got there. Everyone was leaving. So, no complaints though. We're at a beautiful pier. The buoys are set up for the race now, so that's good. Just easy swim after yesterday's longer run, some threshold and Ironman efforts, and easy swim. So, yeah, just gonna go out, relax, just get the blood moving, and then just an easy spin later. And yeah.
Jellyfish? Will you see any jellyfish today?
No, not today. I mean, I didn't even see it yesterday, but yeah, yesterday we were swimming and it was kind of windy, and usually the wind will blow the jellyfish in, and swam straight through one straight to my face. So, not that bad though. I don't even feel it anymore. So, but I definitely I fully felt it, I could feel it wrapping around my face. So, overall good. So, yeah. Hopefully we won't see any jellyfish today. Around the white round. Yeah, so the third time. If you say the word Kona to anyone that has ever done a triathlon, I'd say you almost kind of get goosebumps, right away. You think of the iconic, I'm getting goosebumps right now, you're thinking of the iconic Elite Drive. You're thinking of Palani Road. You're thinking of people screaming in your face as you're riding up Palani. I mean, I've never even done it, but I've experienced it so many times of being on the sideline and watching growing up. You think of Mike Riley calling your name, saying you're an Ironman. You're thinking of the Iron War. You're thinking of all these things that have been so iconic in our sport, and it all happened in Kona. Kona is where you cement yourself as a high-level athlete, as one of the best in the world, and it's pressure. Jan Frodeno says pressure is a privilege, and you definitely feel the pressure in Kona, and that's where pressure makes diamonds.
Just hovering.
Make sure it looks like I'm flexible, because I'm not flexible. Oh. Did you get that? I was given the couch stretch, where you're like this, and you put your ankle up, but that just wouldn't, I don't know, it just wasn't doing it. And one day, I just was I sat down like this, and I was stuck here. I had so much room in between my ankles, and here was so tight. And literally a day or two of just stretching like this, and both knees were completely fine. Just went away. It was the stretch that no one, I guess, went to. Yeah, so an Ironman, it's 2.4 miles of swimming. You get out the water, you grab your bike and you ride 112 miles, and then you run a marathon. And Kona, I say, is a lot different because a lot of Ironmans happen. I mean, I'm not discrediting any other Ironmans, but Kona is different. You're swimming in the ocean. You're swimming in beautiful Hawaii, and then you get out of the water, like you swim, you can see fish or whatever, you're not focusing on it, but you're swimming in beautiful blue water, like nice temperature water and tropical water in the ocean, and you get out and you hop straight onto your bike, and the first hour is not that bad. The sun's coming up, it's not very hot. Then the next thing you know, you're out in the barren lava fields of the Queen Ka'umanu Highway, climbing up to Hawaii, where the winds can reach 40, 50 miles an hour, and there's no breeze, and the heat of the wind is unlike anywhere else, because it's not nice, cool ocean breeze. It's the exact opposite, because it's complete lava field around you, and the black lava gets so hot, and the heat radiates off the lava, and all the wind does is blow that hot air from the lava onto you. So you're not getting cooled off by there, it's just getting hotter and hotter. Then you get off the bike after riding for 112 miles through that, and you get onto the run. In the first 10, not even the first 8 of the 26 miles of the marathon, you run through town where there's people. Then you climb up Palani Road, and once you get to the top of Palani, you take a left, and all you see is the next 16 miles basically of your marathon, which is an out and back on the Queen K, where it's just, again, barren lava fields. No one's out there. It's you against yourself. And that's, I think, what makes Kona so iconic as a race, is it's a beast unlike any other race.
Hey, more riding, less chat.
Hey, you guys get off the road. I guess you got a local driving, so you can get away with it.
Super nice that Ironman, they actually give out, I believe it's 15 local lottery slots for locals in Hawaii, off any island. And the whole reason I got in this sport is all I wanted to do was just finish Kona. Like, that was my goal. And yeah, that was my goal, was to just finish Kona. And I think a lot has developed over time of me wanting to go deeper into the sport than just finishing the race here in Kona. And I think this whole year was more or less scratched with my surgery and health stuff at the beginning of the year. And 2 weeks after my surgery, I was laying in bed recovering, and I got an email saying that I got one of the lottery slots. And so it was honestly like a blessing, I think, from Ironman. And obviously it was at random, but to see that as you're laying in bed recovering from a really big surgery, it's like, wow, like, because I didn't know what I was gonna do, and to see that and be like, okay, like I have something, like a date. And obviously it was nerve-wracking, because it was like I'm sitting in bed, and there wasn't like a set date where it was like 8 weeks until I could start training. It was just like just when my body was ready, I would know that it was ready. And that could have been, like the doctor said, you could recover really quick. Could be 4 weeks, could be 10, 12, 20 weeks. But it was definitely like, okay, like I get to finish my goal.
It's pretty.
Dude, I don't know what is up. Like, the Garmin doesn't like to connect with the Wahoo. Like, my heart rate just won't show up. Yeah. like training over the last couple months has been good. It's been different than what I feel like a normal year of training would look like. I feel like a lot of pros or amateurs, I mean, everyone has like their own battles and their own things that they have to go through to get the start line, and which is what makes getting to the start line of an Ironman you already got to your goal, I would say, almost in a way. Like, I feel like getting to the start line of an Ironman is such a success in itself that I feel like a lot of people overlook. But it was definitely a battle to get here, for sure. It wasn't like oh, I'm just going out training every day and it's all gonna be good. And it's not like you could look at my training peaks or my calendar and see green on every single session that I completed every single session. I think 1 week since I started training in June for this race, that's when I got healthy. And I think 1 week out of all the weeks since June was all green. There was always a session that was missed. There was always something that came up. And yeah, I gotta be thankful to my coach, number one, because you have to have a good team around you to get you to these start lines, because I feel like, you know, you train 20 to 25 hours in a week, and a lot of that you're doing by yourself, and it's just you and yourself. You're just talking to yourself a lot of the times, and you can get in your head at times like, oh, is something not going right? Or is I'm not hitting my number today, or you can just get so in your head on it. And having a team where like you can bounce your mind and what you're thinking off of someone, and kind of, especially someone that you deeply trust, and that's been my coach and my dad. And my dad, you know, he's gone through all of this before, you know, and so having someone with so much knowledge and the amount of knowledge that he has, to have him be like, oh yeah, like I had so many days like that where it just was like, I just didn't know how I was gonna get to the start line, or the days where one day you hit the session completely perfectly and then the next week you think you should be even better, but you're 10 times worse. And it's just something that you gotta trust the process, and it's something that's hard to do. It's not that bendable, is it?
What?
The rotor?
No, you're fine.
Are you rolling?
Yeah.
Welcome to, I don't know what this is. I don't know when you guys are watching this or if you ever will watch this, because I'm not that entertaining. But we are currently, what's today? Today is the 15th, so we're 11 days. Can you believe it? 11 days out from the World Championship, and we are just going out for a ride this morning, and I flatted pretty early, and oh, thanks. And for the first time in forever, when my dad was sagging, we didn't have a pump in the car, which was a complete rookie mistake. I mean, I am a rookie, but yeah, pretty rookie. I mean, we always carried that, but yeah, so that happened. So now we're back home, restarting, and then just gonna act like nothing happened and go back out and do the workout again. Now we're gonna do it a little bit more heat. So I guess I needed some more heat prep, I guess. I don't know. But yeah.
You want me to get that for you?
Nope, I got it. Get out of here.
That's all good. Good vibes, right?
All good vibes, you know?
Island vibes.
Island vibes, on island time. If I can just get this thing off.
Yep. Round two. Rock and roll.
Remember when we said we were starting at 6:30 this morning?
We're on island time.
It's 8 o'clock.
It's 8 o'clock.
This is true island time.
This is true island time. We're back. Part 2. Okay, we're ready to go. I think racing the Ironman World Championship, to me, over the last couple weeks has changed a lot. At first, like when I got the slot, the lottery slot, my first thing, like right off the bat, and this is how my mind works, is I was like, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna win a world title 7 months after brain surgery, and just be like, that's like the coolest thing ever. But honestly, it's changed a lot for me because I've grown so much in the last 7 months since surgery, in triathlon and out of triathlon, that I think it's hard for me to really get mentally in this space, but because I'm so competitive, but just being at the start line and finishing the race is enough for me. And I think that's a success in its own, because the last race that I finished, the last finish line that I was at of any triathlon is November 4th of 2023. So it'll be exactly 51 weeks since my last finish of any triathlon, and it was a half Ironman. And I haven't even done a full Ironman. This will be my first full Ironman. So I think just getting to that finish line is enough for me. I'm 21 years old. I want to be the best in the sport, and I feel like you have a lot of time. I have a lot of time to get there. I'm still really young. And I won't lie, like I've also had tons of setbacks over the last 7 months after the surgery. And I actually saw today, Nick Walker, one of the raw athletes, he didn't compete in the Olympia this last week when he was planning on it. And he said he feels like he has had more setbacks in the last couple of years than in the past. And he doesn't understand why, but he does believe that having setbacks creates a better and bigger comeback and better and bigger victories. I mean, I don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure that's exactly what he said in his Instagram post. And I saw that today. I was like, yeah, like, you know, like whether it's this race or it's not this race, that's like my comeback, good comeback. It's like, then it'll make it even sweeter when it does all click, because I believe it will, and I've seen it in training. And so, yeah. Yeah, it's the Ironman World Championships, but to me, it's not that. Like I remember when I first wanted to do the race, I wanted to do it because it was the Ironman World Championship. Even though I already lived here, I did live here and I'm from here and all that. But then, and that was like leading into like race week in 2022. Then I remember on the Women's Day, because it was a 2-day event in 2022, the Women's Day, I was watching Lucy Charles run down a Lee Drive, and it looked like a scene out of the Tour de France. Like she was going up this slight incline, the motos were beeping everyone out of the way, and it was like 4 people deep, everyone was right next to each other, and I just was like, man, like just even thinking about it, I get chicken skin. But it's like, imagine, like I don't care if a world title's up for grab or not, but like leading that as a like being from like that place, like being from Kona, and I couldn't even imagine being in that spot. Like you're leading the World Championship or just any race, and like it's just everyone's going completely nuts. Like I just think that would be the coolest thing in the world. And to win a world title, or just to win a race that's iconic as this, because there's been so much talk about the World Championship getting moved or not. But if it's not the world, like I don't honestly care if it's not the World Championships, but there's no way they can get rid of a race this iconic. And if there's a race this iconic, there's going to be people here, and to win it, whether I'm getting a world title or not, would mean more to me than winning a world title. But yeah, to answer your question on crossing the finish line is, I think like living here basically my whole life, I have, and I do this all the time, like I mean I've trained these roads so many times, and I think on race day, like one thing that I have that a lot of people don't have is so many memories on the course. Like I can think of like on the run course, going down a Lee Drive, looking at Hunnels, which is one of my favorite surf spots in the summertime, thinking of all my sessions I've had out there with all my good friends where we're laughing, can look over, check the waves as I'm going down. Then the next wave is Banyans. So I'm looking at Banyans, I'm thinking about all the mornings, early mornings of surf contests where all me and my friends paddle out in the dark, getting ready for a contest. We're all laughing. Like these are all memories that I've had. Or like, you know, riding out past the airport up north, like all the fishing trips that I've done up there, or off-roading to a surf spot that not many people know about. It's just all these memories that I've had. So I don't necessarily think it's the finish line that I'm excited for. I'm just excited for a different day on the island, which I've never experienced, but then also creating new memories, thinking about old memories.